Hello, US history students. I hope you are having a great Tuesday, and I hope you are having an even better start to your week. I know that I told you I would be here tonight, but I decided to do recorded videos tonight and live teaching on Thursday and Friday. So, with that being said, I wish I was there, but I'm excited about what you guys will be looking at today. And we do have a lot to get to. So I am going to share my screen and go ahead and get started. So yesterday, or rather, our daily objective is I can analyze the cause of the nullification crisis. So yesterday in class, we looked at the Missouri Compromise, this decision made by the US government that said Missouri would enter the country as a slave state, Maine would enter the country as a free state, and any territory below this line would become a slave state, and any territory above would become a free state if they wanted to become states in the future. So the US government said afterwards, hooray, the problem of slavery is solved forever, right? But neither side was very happy with the compromise. The North did not get rid of slavery, and the South lost territory that they could put slavery in. And just a few years later, the issue of slavery would come up again. So today, in class, we will look at a series of events known as the nullification crisis. Okay? To nullify means to make something legally invalid, to legally cancel something. Okay? Normally refers to laws. Okay? So first, we will watch a video that provides more background on slavery and the country's opinions on slavery at the time. And then we will pull up the document on Edmodo and we will complete part 1 of the document to build background knowledge. That is the first 3 questions. They all have to do with images that or text that is given to you. Okay? So Teacher Maypo is now going to pause this video, play the other video, and then you will finish part 1 of today's document. Welcome back, gentlemen. And what you saw in those first few sources of part 1 is a growing economic divide in the United States. By 1830, the Industrial Revolution, which you may remember from your world history classes, the Industrial Revolution had begun in Europe and spread to the United States. More and more people in the North began working in industry, and it became the most common form of work in the North. More people did industrial work in factories than anything else. However, the southern states were still reliant on an economy based on farming, as we've seen previously, especially cotton. But the South was actually becoming more reliant on cotton as they expanded to the West. It was all that they did, okay? So why is this important? There were 2 very different Americas that were being created in this process: an industrial North and an agricultural slave-based economy in the South. And these 2 different Americas, if we go back a few slides here, they literally drew a line that roughly separates the 2 sides of America. So if you're wondering what side of America is which, they literally drew a line there that pretty much cuts straight up with the North on one side and the South on the other side. So each of these 2 sides, the industrial North and the agricultural South, they each had different priorities and they needed different things to be successful. Think about what a factory needs to be successful and what a farm needs to be successful. Very different things. And the tariffs of 1828 and 1832. Tariff is a word that we'll see pop up every now and then in American history. And basically what it means is it's a fancy word for taxes, okay? But the tariffs of 1828 and 1832 benefited the North because it helped with their industrial economy. But it hurt the Southern agricultural economy. And these taxes getting put into place were proof to the Southerners that the North didn't care about them and would never care about them. So, if Southerners are beginning to get this idea, were Southerners mad at the tariffs of 1828 and 1832? The answer is a resounding yes. And no one was more upset than this man, John C. Calhoun. Okay? Doesn't he just look angry? This photo of him just makes him look incredibly angry. And he was a representative of South Carolina. And he had this grand idea that we of South Carolina were very much a slave-based cotton state. He said, we, the members of South Carolina, maybe if we announce that we won't pay this tax, then we won't have to pay the tax. And we'll threaten the United States government and say, if you try to force us to pay this tax, then we will leave the Union. We will no longer be a part of the United States of America. Okay? So this was his threat. Him and the state of California issue a announcement. They give out an announcement, some of which you will read in a little bit, that says, we will not pay this tax, and if the government tries to force us to pay this tax, we will leave the government. We will leave the country. Now, unfortunately for John C. Calhoun, he was going up against a man who we've met before, who does not take no for an answer. And that man is President Andrew Jackson. Now, you will remember that Andrew Jackson forced millions of Native Americans out of their lands because he wanted it, right? This is not a guy who likes to say yes to people that he doesn't like. So he responds to John C. Calhoun and tells him exactly what his actions are and exactly what they mean. So, for the rest of class today, you will be reading this document, two documents, the South Carolina Ordinance of Nullification, what South Carolina announces that they want to nullify or legally cancel the tariffs of 1832. And then President Jackson responds. Okay? So we will read through these quick paragraphs and answer the rest of part 2 on our assignment over here. You probably will not be able to finish in class today, and that's okay. You can finish it up for homework tonight and tomorrow, and it will be due before school on Thursday. Gentlemen, I wish I was there with you right now, but I hope you can try to feel a little bit of my excitement about this cool stuff that's happening, and I cannot wait to follow this journey more with you on Thursday. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for doing your best. I look forward to seeing you all on Thursday. Have a great vacation. I'll see you guys later.